This AgRobotics video podcast is sponsored by OMAFA through the Sustainable Canadian Agricultural Partnership. For more information, check the link in the description. My name is Michael, and today we are joined by Joe Dales, partner at RHA Ventures, and guest Robert McMillan, Sector Manager Agri-food at Ontario Centre of Innovations. Today we'll be learning about OCI's new challenge statement of advancing AI-driven transformation and sector leadership. Robert, thanks for joining us today.
I appreciate the opportunity, Michael.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, thank you very much. So as you mentioned, my name is Robert McMillan. I'm a sector manager for the agri-food sector with the Ontario Centre of Innovation. For those of you that aren't familiar with OCI, we are a private not-for-profit that was actually set up by the province of Ontario 37 years ago to deliver programming, funding, and investment support to small and medium-sized enterprises under 500 employees in the province of Ontario. So we support those companies, and really at the core of what we do is what we like to call ROI, which is return on innovation. So we're looking to support those types of companies, and I'm working on this particular program on the agri-food side.
Want to tell us a little bit more about the various programs for the agri-food sector that you're working on, Robert?
I definitely will. So the overall initiative is called the Critical Industrial Technologies Initiative, and it's where the province of Ontario has identified 4 sectors: advanced manufacturing, agri-food, construction, and mining, and 6 critical technologies: 5G, AI, blockchain, cybersecurity, quantum, and robotics. So we're looking to address productivity and other issues within those sectors by applying those technologies. So at OCI, what we do is we work with those companies who are developing those innovative solutions towards those sectors and help support them and drive the adoption of that across all those sectors.
That's terrific. I saw a video the other day of the Agriculture Minister, Robert Flack, talking about the size and the scope of the agribusiness industry in Ontario and how important it is to support it. So programs like this, I think, are very critical to bringing new innovations like AI into the agriculture sector. Can you talk a little bit about, kind of what the key issues are that you want to address with this type of program, and what the end results you hope to achieve?
Well, our end results are really to drive the economy of Ontario, frankly. We're funded by the Ministry of Economic Development and Job Creation. So we're working mainly with these smaller companies to help them grow, gain investment, revenue, hire more employees. And what I really like about these programs is, in general, we don't dictate to the companies what they need to do on these projects or what issues they necessarily need to address. We want them to bring those solutions to us so that we can understand them and help support them. So when we're looking in the ag industry, obviously, the number one issue that we see is productivity. And we go out, and when we look at these programs, we talk to all the members of our ecosystem, understand what the issues are, how they could be addressed. So, for example, earlier this spring, we launched a challenge statement specifically around productivity in the agri-food sector. Again, looking for innovative companies who are developing those solutions that will really address a lot of those issues that we see.
So with the current challenge statement of sort of advancing AI in agribusiness and agri-food, what supports are given by OCI for these companies?
So under this critical industrial technologies, there's actually 5 separate programs, and the challenge statement for sector adoption is one of those programs. So in that program, we're looking for companies that have these innovative solutions utilizing AI and any of the other critical technologies, who have a primary partner who can show market pull. So that could be a producer or a processor, maybe an equipment manufacturer, but somebody can show market pull for their solution to work with them over a 1-year period to really get that solution at minimum demonstrated and hopefully adopted by their primary partner, with the understanding that then they'll be able to go on and really impact the sector. And to support them on that, we provide funding. So on this challenge statement, we're providing up to $500,000 of funding, and that is matched 2-to-1 from the SME and their consortium side. So if they put together a project that's going to cost 100 or 1.5 million to execute over the next year, then we will fund 500,000 of that in the form of a grant. So it's a reimbursement grant at the end. So it's really there, to foster that relationship, to give those companies the opportunity that they might not normally have to really get that technology, completely developed and again adopted by these primary partners.
Robert, I wouldn't mind your comments. Artificial intelligence, this sort of technology is something that Ontario and Canada, is recognized around the world. Not so much in agriculture and food, but in other sectors. I think we won a Nobel Prize in Toronto recently in AI and things like that. Can you talk a little bit about, why agribusiness should get busy thinking about it, and why it's going to be important for them, and why you guys are actually stepping up with some cash here to help advance the research and the adoption?
Well, Joe, as you mentioned before, I think we're seeing AI across every sector, so everybody's looking at it. But agri-food, some people would argue traditionally it's been slow to adopt new technologies. I don't necessarily think that all the time personally, but I think the main reason is there's a lot of opportunities to increase efficiencies and especially potentially save on the cost of production using these technologies in the agri-food sector. So it's an area that all sectors are looking at, but I think agri-food can really make some big gains in it and maybe leapfrog some of the other technologies that haven't been developed and goes directly to AI.
So looking at the AI space in agriculture and food, it's quite broad. And so with a lot of these companies, a lot of them are trying to put AI in place. A lot of them don't know sort of where they are in that process. So is OCI going to work with companies sort of throughout that stage, or do they need a product that is more flushed out and market ready?
We generally work with companies that are, if we're talking at technology readiness level, a technology readiness level of approximately 7 and upwards. So they've really got something there. They've got it developed. When we're in the challenge statement, obviously, because we want that to be rolled out at the end of that period, we do have another program called Development and Commercialization, which is better suited to companies that still need to do some development work on it. Again, we'll support them for up to 6 months on that program and fund them up to $200,000 in matched funding. So when we work with clients, I always like to say that I think really, OCI's competitive advantage is we always have people that they can talk to about their projects. So we always have a discussion with those companies. We want to understand what they're doing. We want to understand what the best fit is for them in our program, so they've got the greatest chance of success and for support. So we really work with them to understand that, and we will guide them along those ways.
Well, that's great. I think that's really critical to stimulating the ecosystem, and getting more small, medium-sized enterprises that are strong locally here in traditional businesses, get them connected up with the specialists on AI so they can, get rolling. Information. Say I'm an agribusiness. I want to get involved. I want to learn more. Is there a website we can go to, and can they reach out to you directly, or how do you want them to funnel information to you guys?
I'd absolutely be pleased if they'd reach out to me directly, Joe. So, but if they prefer, they can go through our website. So www.oc-innovation.ca. So they can go to the website. But again, they're free to reach out to me. It's a critical part of what we do is talking to these companies. And I think it's also a very efficient process because often in a 10 or 15-minute conversation, we can have a really good idea of what the company is doing, what projects or what programs that we're offering can help support them. And we also support them throughout the application process. So we don't just throw a website their way or a link and say apply and see what happens. We work with them through that. We, as business development managers or sector managers, actually vet their applications before they hit the submit button. I always like to say that we're not looking for 100 applicants in order to reject 99. We would like all of them to be successful. So again, we try to make sure the program fits them and we try to provide them the best opportunity for success.
I would echo your comments. We've been seeing you at events. You've been hustling around. We love working with the OCI folks at RHA Ventures, and we've had a lot of success, and really commend you and thank you for the passion and the drive and the leadership at OCI to now include the agriculture sector, in your critical sector industry area of focus. So, any final last words before we sign off for today?
Well, first of all, Joe, I'd like to thank you for all your support. So I go to these events and you're always introducing me to people. So it's wonderful. And again, I'm very enthusiastic about this program because, as you know, I'm a farm boy, but I got involved with technology after a career in ag. So I'm kind of back into it. So that's why I really enjoy talking to all these companies because I can get a background and an understanding and I can relate to a lot of the problems that's out there. And anything that we can do to support the growth of Ontario businesses, and especially in manufacturing and developing these technologies and keep it in Canada, it's the best job I could ever have.
For anyone who wants more information about the challenge statement, the website link will be provided below the video. And I want to thank everyone again for tuning into this video